Check
Hey, I
one,
work
two,
for
check,
a
1, 2, 3,
newspaper. I
check,
need
check.
that.
I'm ready for you. Thank you,
I
bro.
know.
A little bit helps, right?
That's right.
What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I've made it really clear from the beginning of the campaign that there are some major code violations that are happening in Lewiston. There are people hiding behind corporations that are responsible for them. And this is the result of people retaliating when you stand up and you try to tell the truth and you say the right thing. So I am completely undaunted by this. And this just makes me more eager to get out there and talk to voters. I think people are tired of these antics. I think people are tired of watching people profit off of destroying our city. And I am happy to be leading the charge to stand up to these guys.
Do you feel like it's a racist remark?
Absolutely.
Are you troubled a little bit about, there's some mixing going on there, so there's the communist vibe, and then there's the Vietnamese connection, but you're not Vietnamese. So are you concerned at all about people sort of like saying something like, geez, it's all the same to me, that kind of thing?
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to my wife this morning about this because this is a very personal attack on us and our family, and we're expecting a kid in a couple of weeks, and we're thinking about, you know, what is the world that our kid is going to be coming into, who's going to have this last name that is up on that wall right there. And the thing that keeps me motivated is that as bad as this is against me personally, for all the reasons that you were talking about, it's nothing compared to living in a building like this where you lose heat every week, where you don't have hot water, where you know, you've got water running down the walls because the building just isn't maintained. So today I'm not really thinking about myself or these kind of attacks. What I'm trying to think about are all the people who have to suffer at the guys who do this stuff at these hands every single day. And that's the real issue, and that's what I'm focused on, and when I'm mayor, that's what I'm going to be working every day to fix.
Do you know who's behind the attacks?
Well, I think that, yeah, thanks to the Sun Journal, I think we basically have Joe Dunn has gone on record saying that he thought that this was going to be a good way to retaliate against me for making it clear that he's been responsible for a lot of this stuff. But it should be known that there are no disclaimers on the signs that as are legally required. So that at this point is as best we know who's behind it.
One sign was taken down. I guess I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but one sign was taken down. It's really, I think, because a lot of landlords complained. Are you pretty pleased about that? Feel like people are behind it?
Yeah, one of the real tragedies here is that this is yet another example where some of the worst actors in our city are going to be on the news giving us a bad reputation, and all the other people in this city who are working to do the right thing, that are landlords that are investing in rebuilding our city, that are tenants and working to do the same, they're gonna get all swept up by this, unfortunately. And that's why we've tried to be really specific about the actual corporations and the people that are behind them that are responsible for housing violations downtown. So I am happy that some of the signs are coming down because of that kind of pressure, and I feel really sorry for our whole city right now that is unfortunately going to have another black mark next to it as a result of today.
Ben, between this and some of the attacks by the main Republican Party, which it looks like they put up a few more today or over the weekend, are you kind of worried about what's next? I mean, something tells me this isn't going to be the last of them.
You know, what I'm worried about are kids making sure that they can go to well-funded schools. I'm worried about tenants making sure that they've got heat in the winter. I'm worried about working with good landlords to make investments that'll actually rebuild our city. I don't really care one way or the other what extremists say about me. And I'm sure that, yeah, every week until now, after the end election, you're just going to see nasty attacks, and that's just part of what it means to stick yourself out there and try to say what you believe. But I'm going to stay focused on actually what is happening to the real people of this city and making sure that it's clear that there's a candidate that's on their side, that's willing to take all sorts of abuse and stand up to these guys.
There are sometimes situations all across life, whether it's politics, even sports, even your everyday life, where sometimes somebody might make a mean comment about you, and some people would infer that that's because they're scared. Do you take this that way?
I have, I really don't know if this is motivated by fear or what, but I do know that on election day, you're going to see a whole city come together and push back on this. You're going to see that even, I think, at 5 o'clock tonight, when a rally is going to come together, and we're pulling together a little something tomorrow morning. This does not represent our city. This isn't who Lewiston is. And as blatant and terrible as these signs are, you're going to see an upswelling of people who are going to reject this and say no and talk about the dreams that we have for building a city that works together for everyone. And so, yeah, it might have been fear that started this, but hope is going to have the last word.
Thank you, Ben. Where's the rally tonight? Do you know?
I think it's going to be over near Pedro Harris.
Okay.
It's Heidi Sawyer's.
Even though they took the sign down?
Yeah, and actually, I am not the organizer of that. That just kind of happened spontaneously. Heidi Sawyer, I think, is pulling that together, and so she's got all the details there.
Okay.
But what I saw on Facebook was Pedro Harris. Yeah.
Okay. Good enough.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Just missed.
I called your office.
No, yeah, and Jen said 12:30, and I'm happy to just do it right now too. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, happy to.